Good morning, everybody. This is the Healthy Lifestyle Champions Call. I want to welcome everybody to call. Please state your name and where you're calling from. Hello, Sherry. I think I heard Mr. Wiedemann on there as well, Dr. Wiedemann. Hello, Dr. Wiedemann. How are you today? I can't be doing any better than I'm doing. As Bernie Owens, one of the founders of the company, always says, fantastic. All right. I've already got... Good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's been having a good week so far. I've got 2 minutes after, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. I want to welcome everybody to the Healthy Lifestyle Champions Call. Of course, those of you that have been on the line before know that we do this call every day. Anybody that's on here for the first time, I just want to invite you every day at 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. We have different calls on here, different topics and so forth. Basically, what we cover on the Healthy Lifestyle Champions Call is the 4 keys to success: inspiration, motivation, perspiration, and determination. So you no telling what you're going to hear when you get on here, who the speaker's going to be. But today and the next few days, it's going to be me. So I want to welcome everybody to the call. My name is Pharmacist Keith Abel. I've been with Youngevity as a product user now since 2009, and really did not start with the business part of it until the beginning of this year. So wanted to, again, welcome everybody to the call and congratulate you on your decision to join the network marketing industry. You're going to love the freedom and the flexibility that come from being a business owner in this industry. And I hope that this training that we're doing over the next few days and that we've done in the last few days will serve you as a roadmap that'll lead you from where you are today to accomplish your goals in the future. Within this training, we're going to walk through the process of building a successful network marketing business in a simple, easy to follow, step-by-step format. And as you get started, I want to encourage you to be coachable, to be open-minded, to open your mind up to a new way of doing a business. One of the most valuable lessons that I've learned in life is that if you want to be a success, the smartest thing that you can do is learn from those who are successful and then go out and apply what you've learned with excellence. Now, I can assure you that the more coachable you are and the more committed you are to excellence, the more successful you're going to be in this business. And I want to emphasize another critical point. If you're going to build a large organization of business partners, you've got to accept the fact, you got to accept the concept of duplication and what that's going to play in your business. I mean, it's going to play, ultimately, it's going to be a major role in the ultimate success of your business. Want to remember this: winners never quit, and quitters never win. So as we journey through this training, we're going to go through each cycle one step at a time, and then you can go out and apply what you've learned after you go through each of the steps. Then, after you complete the program, you're going to go out and teach the system to your new business partners, one step at a time, just like we've done it. And lastly, you want to train your new business partners on how to teach this system to their business partners. So the duplication process continues. It's just a simple step-by-step system duplicated by everybody who joins your organization. The system will work because it's based on the fundamentals of how to build a successful network marketing business. Now, you've got to recognize that you're going to set the pace for your entire team. Whatever you do, they're watching you. You are the president and CEO of your company. You are the leader of your team. What you do is what others will do as they follow and duplicate your leadership. When you get up in the morning and you look in that mirror, you have to ask yourself, if I was the owner of You Incorporated, would I hire me? And if you can answer yes, then you're doing the right thing and you want to duplicate that on down the system. If you say no, then it's time to get yourself in some training, get yourself into the right mindset and start duplicating yourself and take your business to that next level. Now, one of the most important factors in building a successful network marketing business is to follow some proven system that'll create leveraged income, and for you and everyone who joins your team to do the same. And it must be a system that your business partners can easily follow as they walk in your footsteps. We've done covered a few steps so far. I think it was back on Monday or Tuesday, we did the first step in the cycle. We actually talked about getting your mindset right on the very first video, and we talked about the if I shoulda, coulda, woulda river, and getting yourself across so you're not living where the 90% of the world lives. You want to get across the river to where the 10% are and have your success. And then we covered, I think it was Tuesday, we covered the second step, which was to invite people. And in that, actually we did that yesterday. In that step, we taught you some of the things to say and some of the things to learn that you want to learn about the business. Tuesday, I think it was, we went over the first step, which was just starting your business and laying some groundwork information. All this information can be found on my website, bestnetfun.com. That's B as in boy, ESTNETFUN.com. If you haven't done so, I encourage you to go to that website, click on the Cycle of Duplication button on there, look down on item number 7 of the Quick Start Blitz, and it says Cycle of Duplication Manual. Print out that manual. Also, I encourage you, if you have not done so already, go online. There's a link on that same page there. It's item number 1, and order this book. It's Go Pro, the 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. If you want to take your business to the next level, this is a must-have in your library. So I highly encourage you to go to that Cycle of Duplication tab there and click on the 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional and order that. You can get it on Kindle, you can get it on audiobook, and you can also get the hard version like I have there. So, with all that said, we're going to get started on the training today. And before I move on to this next topic, which is the presentation, I wanted to go over a few more things on the invitation. Let me scroll down here, because we talked about the direct invitation and the business invitation and all those kind of things, the story invitation, and then how to set up that appointment. But I wanted to talk a little bit too, because as we're making these calls, we're going to get voicemail. And with everybody in the world now having caller ID, you don't want to just keep calling and hanging up on people. You actually do want to leave a message, because they know you should call them. So when you call people, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared to hear their voicemail. And when you hear that recorded message, you've got 2 options, of course. The first option is to hang up and try again later, and the second one is to leave a short message. I highly recommend leaving a short message, because again, people have caller ID and they know that you called. And here's just an example of one of the short message you can leave. Hey Tim, I hope you had a great weekend. When you have a chance, give me a call. My cell phone number on my cell phone. I've got something I want to discuss with you. My number is 555-1234. Again, that's 555-1234. I look forward to conversation. Take care. Okay, first of all, I don't care how good of a friend it is, how close of a friend it is, leave the phone number. Leave the phone number twice. Okay? That's always good practice to get into. Always leave the phone number twice in case they didn't understand what you said the first time. And in this case, you didn't really tell them anything about what you want to talk about, so more than likely they're going to return your call. And when they return that call, if you're not in a quiet location or someplace where you can focus on your invitation, go ahead and answer the phone and tell them that you're busy, but you want to talk to them, and schedule a firm time to call them back. Okay? So that's what you want to do on the voicemail thing. Now, another thing that everybody's tempted to do, and I'm guilty of this, okay? When I first joined the business, I'm guilty of this. Inviting through email and social media. The only time to ever consider using email or social media in the invitation process is to send a personalized direct message to schedule an appointment, to talk by phone, or to meet in person. That's it. You don't want to send them links to your business. You don't want to send anything. You don't want to do any of that. Mass invitations sent to everyone you know, whether it's by email, U.S. Postal Service, or social media sites, have never been an effective way to invite people to your business. Never. Here's an example of what you can do in an email to schedule a time. Hey, Emily, I hope you had a great weekend. I'd like to talk with you for 5 minutes sometime in the next couple of days. Would you be available to talk tomorrow evening between 6 and 8 or Wednesday afternoon between 2 and 5? Please confirm the number you want me to use. Thanks, Sue. The advantage of this type of invitation is that you'll be more productive with your time because you're going to be calling people at a time when they're expecting you to call, and they're going to be open to listening to what you have to say because they're expecting that call. Here's an example of using Facebook to schedule an appointment to get together in person. Hi, Peggy. I've got something I want to discuss with you. Could I buy you a cup of coffee or a drink sometime this weekend? And of course, when they respond, you want to set up the time, confirm a time and a location to meet. So, as you begin inviting people, you want to make sure that you're very strategic in your invitations. And yes, your close friends may be willing to look at your business even if you say and do everything wrong. But the downside is because the downside is if you send out these mass emails with your links and everything, they're going to take a look at your information. They may only listen to the first 2.5 minutes. Statistically, that's all longer people listen to something like that. They're going to make a decision right then, and when you actually call them, they're already going to have reasons why not to do something. So you don't want to send out the mass invitations. Like I said, I did that. I was guilty of that myself in the beginning. So anyhow, you want to take some of these different scripts that are out there, and you want to kind of personalize them yourself. On that cycle of duplication link on my training site, there is a step number 6 on there is a link to download some multi-level marketing scripts from a gentleman named Dale Calvert. So I encourage you to do that. There's scripts in the cycle duplication training manual. There's also a link at the top of the page there for the 90 for Life training manual, and there's scripts in that as well. So I highly encourage you to get different scripts, start going over them, and kind of personalize them, okay? Now, after you make that invitation call, the people are going to start trying to ask you questions. If you're successful in arousing an interest and curiosity, it's likely that you're going to be asked questions about because your prospect's going to be interested in knowing more. It's important to anticipate their questions and be prepared to address them with confidence. The objective is to present logical and reasonable responses to their questions, not to create resistance. Rather than answering a lot of questions over the phone, it's best if you answer their specific questions very briefly, then tell them that they're going to learn more when they meet with you or they review your tool. So you don't want to get into a big long conversation during the invitation process. As you answer people's questions, it's critical that you don't talk too much. Don't talk yourself into thinking this person is different. I can tell them more. If you want to accelerate the duplication process within your business, you must always lead by example and follow the system correctly. Here's some things, most common questions people hear when they're in the middle of the invitation process, like, what are you doing, or what kind of business is this? So when they ask the question, seeking more information, they're not really looking for a phone presentation. They're simply looking for information about what it is that you're getting ready to present to them. Trying to come up with your mind is always on the trying to get out of something. So that's what they're a lot of times looking for. They're just trying to find a reason to say no before you even make your presentation. So here's a few things that are effective responses when they ask what you're doing and what kind of business it is that you're doing. Sue, rather than getting into the details over the phone, I would prefer if you've reviewed the information I'm sending you. It was designed to provide a professional overview of the business, and it does a great job. Then if you have an interest in learning more, we can sit down and kick some ideas around and review any questions you have. Would that be okay with you? Or you can do, Bob, when I was first introduced to the business, I had a lot of questions too, and you will as well. If you don't mind, I'd ask you to review the information I'm sending you. It's very impressive. It's designed to give you a professional overview of the business. Then, if you're interested in learning more, we can get together and discuss it in more detail and go over all your questions. Or, Peter, I prefer not to get into the details over the phone. We really need to see what we're doing. A small group of us are getting together Thursday night at 7:30. My business partner will be there to provide an overview of the business, which will include some visuals that will help you grasp the market potential for what we're doing. And when he's done, we can talk privately about any more questions that you have. I think you really will like what you see. Would you be inclined to be included? So the whole idea there is you're trying to get them back to the tool. And remember, the whole point of all this is to be duplicatable. Okay, so your new person, if you right off the bat start answering all their questions and doing the whole presentation right there on the phone, they're thinking in the back of their mind, I can't do this. That's just too much information. I don't have the time to learn all this information. I don't have the time for that. So the whole point there is you're trying to make things as duplicatable as possible. So you want to redirect them back to the tool that you're sending them to in the invitation process, whether that tool is a home meeting or a business presentation on the CD or the Success from Home magazine, whatever the tool is. The whole idea here is to redirect them back to that because you're already training them. You're training them in what to do through this whole process. Even though they don't even know it yet, you're training them how to be duplicatable. So another question people will ask is, what kind of product or service do you sell? Now, if you're marketing a product or service like we are in an industry that you feel is exciting, and of course we all do because we're all sold on the 90 for Life message, then you can mention the name of the industry. We're in the wellness industry, but you should avoid telling them anything specific about your product or your service unless it's just something absolutely blockbuster that you feel 80% of the people are going to be interested in. But in most cases, you don't want to tell them the name of the company or the name of the product, because if someone asks this question, you want to have some responses already in your mind of what you're going to say. One of the reasons why you don't want to say those things in the beginning is people are going to Google it. They're going to Google the company name. They're going to Google the product, and there's always negative information on the internet. I don't care how good a company is, there's always going to be negative information on there, and somehow that's always going to be what they find. So you don't want them to know who the company is or the product is or whatever until they actually have a chance to review your initial tool. So here's a couple examples to kind of redirect their response. If in our case we're marketing a product, you could say, it's a very unique product that's selling amazingly well. Well, I'm excited to talk with you about it. I really would prefer not getting into details over the phone. You truly need to see the whole picture, and that can't be done over the phone. When you see what we're doing, I think you'll really like it. Would you be open to getting together so I can show you what I'm doing? And then proceed on, assuming it's yes, and try to set up the time. So, we're trying to, again, redirect the response. Now, if you're trying to sell them on the opportunity, then you want to have a response that's directed more towards the opportunity. Remember this: the less is better. The less you say, the better. And if you started the whole conversation off properly, from our review from yesterday, one of the very first things is you want to be in a hurry. So if you start the conversation off that way, that you're in a hurry, that you got to get on a call, or that you're walking out the door or whatever, if you started the process off with a sense of urgency, then doing this, putting them off to the presentation or to the tool, is not going to seem, it's not going to come across as a negative, because they already know that you're in a hurry. Here's another one. If they ask, is this network marketing or direct sales or MLM? No matter how well you invite, you will get that question from time to time. If you hear it frequently, then you want to modify your invitation so it doesn't sound like you're inviting them to a network marketing business. So you want to get with your upline leaders there and go over with them what your presentation is, so they can, give you some tweaks there to sound less salesman-y, less network marketing. When you hear this question, be prepared for those who don't really understand what the industry is, or who've been turned off by their own personal experience or by pressure tactics from others. There's a couple of different responses. You can say, yes, it is, Tom. Are you familiar with the industry? To discuss their experience. If he had any negative experiences, ask him to elaborate on them. And when he's done, try to point out the differences with our company and the way we do things. Keep the conversation positive, and if he appears open to learning about the business, tell him with a confident tone. When you learn more about what our company can offer, you will be impressed. You really will, Tom. If I send you the information, will you be willing to review it? Or you can go, Joe, our business model is built on the strengths of different business concepts, including network marketing. When you review the information I'm sending you, I believe you'll see what makes us unique. I was very skeptical at first, but I've really been impressed with what I've seen. Are you open to seeing an introduction to decide if this might be of interest to you? Another thing right off the bat people say is, how much does it cost? When people ask this question, you can tell them a specific amount, or you can use a response like this. Pam, our low startup costs are just one of the many things that make our business so unique, especially when you consider its potential. I believe you'll be impressed. Let's get together so I can walk you through what we're doing. And the unique thing is with longevity, a lot of network marketing companies, the cost to get involved, is $100, $200. With our CEO pack, $500. But the unique thing with longevity is it's only $10. And who can't afford $10? A couple Starbucks coffee will pay for that. So, you could even be, if you want to tell them a specific amount, you can use that approach, that it's only $10. So, like I said, there's lots of different things on here on the being prepared. There's another one that says, I don't know if I'm interested. And you could say, well, it's up to you. This would only take an hour of your life, or 20 minutes in the case of the video presentation, or whatever tool you're going to use. It's only going to take that amount of time to learn more. If you're not interested, you've only lost whatever amount of time it is. But what if this was the perfect fit for you and you chose not to even take the time to make an honest evaluation? What have you got to lose? Another one is, I'm not interested. George, would you be willing to do me a favor? Of course, they're always going to say yes. If I dropped a CD in the mail that provides an overview of our business, would you be willing to pop it in your CD player when you have some time in the car and let me know what you think? Let me know who you think might have an interest in what I'm doing. So see, they've already shot you down with the I'm not interested. So now you're still getting them to agree to watch the presentation. They're thinking they're going to watch the presentation to recommend somebody else to you. But a lot of times, just the fact that they get to watch it, suddenly that piques their interest. So that's another thing to do there. And like we discussed the other day, once you get through all these things, you want to set that firm appointment. So, I'm kind of a little bit behind schedule here. I wanted to get on to the next topic today, but those were some things I felt like we needed to cover that I didn't get to yesterday. So to introduce your business thing, I think I'm going to wait and put that off till tomorrow. There's lots of different ways of introducing the business. Go to that 90 for Life training manual. Go to the Cycle of Duplication training manual that's on the website and review some of the different things there. There's actually also, I didn't mention this yesterday, on the right-hand side of that website, there's a section down there that says Strategies for Success. The $1 Million Mindset, which goes along with the lesson we did the first day on getting your mind in the right thing, If I Shoulda, Could You River. So there's several videos to watch under that tab called the $1 Million Mindset. On the second day, we talked about getting started in the business, and one of those things was starting your memory jogger and your top 100 people. Well, on the Strategies for Success, Strategy 2, goes into how to never run out of quality prospects. And again, there's several videos on there. Most of the videos, I think, on all these links are from Eric Worre, the gentleman that wrote that book. And then Strategy 3 goes into how to invite properly. So that's another tool to go on there. He's got, again, I posted several of his videos on there where he talks different phases of the invite process. And tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and do the how to present. I would encourage you to go ahead and look at under the Strategies for Success, strategy number 4, how to present. I'll go ahead and look at that sometime today and go over that. Tomorrow, we're going to go over the introduction of the business in the cycloduplication manual, but like you'll see from my website there, I've got multiple educational resources there that takes you through these same basic steps. So I really encourage everybody to go to the website best, B-E-S-T, net, N-E-T, fun, F-U-N, bestnetfun.com, and just kind of start going exploring what's on that website. The strategies for success that's over on the right hand side has been phenomenal. I mean, the advice that I've received from Eric Worre through his videos that I've posted on there and through this book have taken my business to the next level. And I really, really highly encourage you guys to plug into this information. You know, I've been collecting all this information probably for 2 years now, because when I left my job in 2011, I was already starting to explore how to make some money in this business. I already knew that this is a business I wanted to go into, so I already was subscribing to all these different trainers. So I kind of compiled everything that I've learned and saved on my computer and downloaded. I've compiled it all into this website to make it easier for my team to be able to find the information, and I want to share that with everybody. You know, I've said it before, the ultimate goal in longevity is to get yourself up to the rank where you share in that global revenue pool, which is a senior vice chairman marketing director. So technically everybody on this call someday will be on my team, because I will reach that rank. So let me unmute the call here and see if we have any questions. We got a little more time today for some discussion. So, now, anybody have any questions over anything I've gone over so far, or that you'd like for me to go over in the future? Okay, well, looks like it's a quiet group this morning. I do see some people are going to my website because I see the numbers changing there. So I thank you for going to that website. Like I said, it's a free resource. You know, I could do like a lot of these network marketing guys and charge a fee to access my information, but you know, everything that I've got on there is information that I found on the internet somewhere and compiled it together. So, you know, it's all information that's free to start with. So I didn't want to really charge anybody, and I just want to share. You know, the more people I help, the more help I'm going to get. So, well, yes. Okay, when you call, you're talking about after a presentation? Oh, well, I mean, I meet people in public all the time. I mean, my favorite thing to do when I meet somebody that's really sharp, a cashier or you know, a salesperson somewhere, you know, the first thing I say to them is, you know, compliment them on whatever it is that impressed me about them. And then I say to them, if I could show you a way to make some extra money that doesn't interfere with what you're doing here, would you be interested? Okay. And when I get that yes, which I have always got, I've never had somebody say no to that question. When I get the yes answer to that, I actually have a little book right here that fits in my pocket that I hand them and ask them to write their phone number and email address on. Okay, and then what I do is, you know, I'll give them a call in a day or so, and you know, introduce myself and remind them where we met, and I tell them at that point, you know, I do the same presentation here where I'm trying to be in a hurry, you know, and I invite them to the tool, whatever tool I'm using. Most of the time I invite them to my website, the Growth Pro Lead Capture System. So most of the time I invite them to one of those websites there, and it's got a presentation on there. Dave and Barb Pitcock have an excellent system to send people to. PMG All Access. That's P as in Paul, P as in Pitcock, M as in Marketing, G as in Group. So that's a great tool. If you subscribed to the $20 website with longevity, that's a pretty good tool. The only thing I don't like about the longevity site is it doesn't capture their information and you never know if they went to see it. The other tools, they've got to actually, when they get there, put in their name and their email address so it captures that they've been there, so you know they've seen your tool. So that's why I like the Growth Pro system and Barb and Dave Pitcock system as well. I've used both. But when you're doing a lot of stuff online like this, the whole thing is you want to know when people are visiting your sites, and you want to know all these things. Again, like the Growth Pro system that I use, I send them to the website. They've got it set up there where you can upload the longevity videos and all the same videos that are on your capture page on your on the longevity site. So you can upload those videos on there, and when they go to the site, they punch in their information. If you set this thing up with your text, it will text you to let you know somebody's visiting your site. And then after they watch your presentation, there's a questionnaire at the bottom there. It's about a 10 question questionnaire, and when they fill out that information, it's already asking some of the questions that are on the coffee shop interview for you. One of the questions, I can't remember. Well, to be honest, I don't do a lot of that, for that reason, because I'm trying to get away from being a retail salesperson to presenting a person with an opportunity. I think what I would do at that point is, after they get you get a positive response on that, I think I would send them to Dr. Wallach's Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And I tell them, if you like that, you're going to like this information even more. I think that's the approach I would use. If you like the results you're getting there, you need to hear this. Because again, CM Cream's a great product, but it's a one-time sell. It's not a product that they're going to buy month after month. That bottle of cream is going to last them a couple months. And our whole goal here is to get people on a auto ship and to get them, buying monthly, because residual income is our goal. So I think that's the approach I would do. I don't, Dr. Wiedemann, what do you think? I know you've done some of this stuff too. He must have got off the call. Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. CM Cream's a great product. You get instant results. They feel instantly better, just like the rebound or the pollen burst. You get instant results. So, that is a good approach. But, when you take that approach, you want to lead them then to Dr. Wallach's entire story. If you think that's good, this. But hopefully somewhere in that process, you're also learning a little bit more about the person. So, the coffee shop interview. Mastersoфenrollment.com has the coffee shop interview on there. So that's a good resource to look at as well. You know what? I'm going to have to add a link to my site with all those kinds of downloads too. It's going to be some time though, because right now I'm working on my 90-day blitz, so I'm not going to have time to do that. But Mastersoфenrollment.com, download the coffee shop interview, and just kind of go over that in your mind and get it down in your mind, some of the questions that are on there. And that's some of the things you're going to want to ask people as you as you take this process along. Yes. Well, she has been sampled. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yeah, I told her that the CM cream opens the door to a positive experience, and your whole goal after you've got the acknowledgement that they had a positive experience is to get them to see Dr. Wallach's presentation. You know, if you like this, you need to hear this, and that's what I told her. Yeah, so you know, you're looking at the CM cream or the sampling as a way to get a positive response, not as a way to sell them CM cream or pollen burst. Once you get that positive results, you want to introduce them to Dr. Wallach. So if you're using that approach to the business, then that's what you want to do. Introduce them to Dr. Wallach, and then take them to the next step after that. You know, set up the time to call them back and all that after after you've shared the tool. Uh, you know, follow the steps I'm doing here. But sampling, the whole purpose of sampling is a positive response. It's a yes. It's one more yes. And the more times you get them to say yes, the better off you are. And it's not duplicatable. Yeah. And I've heard people say, well, we're doing some marketing research. I'm going to call you back tomorrow to ask you some questions about your experience with this product. I've heard people do that. I want to recommend a book to you. If you're doing the sampling process, there's a lady that's one of the Longevity founders. Her name is Sandy Ellsberg. She has a book called Bread Winner, Bread Baker. The secret of success is not keeping success a secret. I'm holding it up on the video, so when you see the video later, you'll be able to see the book. I highly recommend that book. If sampling is what you want to do, she takes you through those questions. And she does this book in a way that it's a story, not an educational book. So she's telling a story about a fictional person, which in my opinion is probably her, but I've never asked her that. But it's called Bread Winner, Bread Baker. The secret of success is not keeping success a secret. The lady's name is Sandy Ellsberg, Ellsberg. On the back of the book it says it's $14.95, but I bet you can find it less expensive than that. I think Tom Chenault's got it on his website, Masters of Enrollment, and I know you can find it on Amazon. So it's an excellent book for people that want to do sampling as their way of doing sampling in home parties. Actually, she covers both. Not a problem. You too. Alrighty. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, well, nobody else has any questions. Tomorrow we'll start on the introduce the business part. It's a little bit shorter. I'm probably going to incorporate a little bit of Dave and Barb Pitcock's information on that one because I love the way they do business presentation, the group presentations. So I don't know if I'll get through. It may end up taking 2 days on that one as well, just because I'm going to go off the training manual there and incorporate some of that in there. But so tomorrow we'll start on the introduce the business aspect of it. This is what you're going to do after they've seen your tool. What to do at that point. So if nobody else has any questions, let me give you my websites again. The website for the training information, the 4 Keys to Success website, is called Best, B as in boy, EST, NET, fun, bestnetfun.com. That's where that site's dedicated to the 4 Keys to Success: inspiration, motivation, perspiration, and determination. The videos of all these calls right now I am posting up on my blog. The blog is keithabel.info, KEITHABELL.info. So I'll have those posted up there. Once all the training is done, I'm going to compile it all together, and it's going to be added to the 4 Keys to the BestNet Fun site. But for now, we'll keep it there. And if anybody would like to call me or email me, my email is abelmarketing. That's ABELL. It's Abel Marketing at gmail.com. And my phone number, cell phone number is 502-212-2929. That's 502-212-2929. I want to leave you with a thought. This is from someone named Jerry Rice. Today, I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't. So guys, go out there. Let's make this a profession. Let's take our business to the next level. The world is hungry right now for extra income. The world is hungry right now for our health and wellness products. So until next time, I'll see you on the next video blog tomorrow, next conference call tomorrow at 9 a.m.